and YouTube blog covering the German startup scene with news, interviews, and live events.
Hello and welcome everybody. This is Joe from Startuprad.io again with this month in German startups, joined by Chris from New York. How you doing, man?
I'm very good. Freshly vaccinated.
Awesome. Glad to hear. We have some this month in German startups for you, coming to you with the March 2021 news. Welcome to this month in German startups by Startuprad.io in a transatlantic news recording with Chris in New York City and me, Joe, from Frankfurt am Main. Today we are wrapping up March 2021 for you. We talk about Austria's first unicorn, Bitpanda, and Samwer attempt, yes, the rocket internet Samwers, at a German Tesla, SPACs, indoor farming, open positions at N26, and much more. You can now follow us, all of our social media channels, our podcasts, as well as our internet radio station, plus our newly approved Alexa skill with a link tree link down here in the show notes. Let me get a little bit to housekeeping and time to brag before I hand over to Christian. Startuprad.io was placed by Listen Notes in a global top 0.5% of podcasts out of more than 2 million they are tracking. Whelp magazine from London writes, these are the top venture capital companies in 2021 with an honorary mention of Startuprad.io. And as I said before, we now have an Alexa skill for our internet radio station. So then you can install it and say, Alexa, play Startuprad.io. Christian, you want to take the top news?
Totally. And and we say Grüß die Unicorn, which is Austrian for hello, little unicorn. And actually, it's not a unicorn. It is a panda bear. Then, because we in Austria, we have the neo broker for digital assets, Bitcoin and more, and it's called Bitpanda. They raised $170 million at a valuation of $1.2 billion, and they are located in Vienna. So Austrian startup scene having a first big splash there. The Samwer brothers, which are the brothers behind Rocket Internet, the pretty successful German internet VC company, have won the youngest Samwer brother, Alexander. He plans a listing of a solar company called NPAL, which just says we want to be the German Tesla. So a very well-trodden path by now in the startup world, I think, to compare yourself to something that people immediately understand. In this case, it's a solar company. Fit Analytics from Berlin gets snapped up. It's a wearable company, and Snap is the company that bought it. So the AI-based Fit Finder recommends fitting clothes and shoes. And we have bigger indoor farming with InFarm, a company that does what it says, apparently. The urban farming startup raised an extra $100 million to expand after raising $170 million in September 2020.
Asset management, give me your money. After Vanguard and BlackRock, Fidelity enters German robo-advisor digital asset management market, buying a stake in Berlin-based Moonfair, which offers investment in private equity funds. N26 has many open positions, not as promising as it sounds. N26 is losing employees, writes a German blog, startup blog. Their current headcount is around 1,150, down almost 500 from 2019, approximately 1,500 at this point in time. This coincides with the head of HR, formerly with Adidas, leaving her job after just 6 months. Our In Germany, we would say Dauerbrenner, the usual suspect Wirecard. Just a small selection of the news around it. Keep in mind there's still an investigative committee ongoing. The new head of BaFin. The last one had to go after Wirecard. The new one is currently heading the Swiss finance oversight and has a Swiss and UK passport. And we also find a very interesting article on the double life of Wirecard's fugitive executive. Christian, you are an ecosystems guy, right?
Totally. One interesting study that we found was dealing with the corona pandemic and what it might mean for German economy and European economy, and also especially for the VC climate. And the KfW research coming from the German Kreditanstalt für Wiederaufbau, a governmental program basically to help funders and entrepreneurs, they have what is called the German Venture Capital Barometer. And there it came out that the VC business climate in the fourth quarter of 2020 was actually better than in 2019. So this would mean in pre-pandemic times. So they see that the depths of the Corona depression are kind of overcome by now, and there is an increased satisfaction with governmental programs. And but we